What does that be? Fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Like this is one of those opportunities right now. Colton, go for it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I think one of these, because the market has been changing so unbelievably rapidly, and what Kyle said, what we said 2 months ago isn't working today. What we thought in December isn't a working strategy for us in January and February. And like, I think one of the biggest challenges that we see is when we have this on-demand culture where we have everybody trying to go out and look at a property, it becomes really, really difficult for you as an agent to truly be able to create value and to truly be able to separate yourself from everybody else. And like amazing lead conversion is speed to lead, which we all know, speed to response. So once you've created the contact, the first conversation, how quick are you to respond to them anytime they request something? Speed to response is a huge piece. But the most important piece for lead conversion is speed to value. Like we need to be masters at asking better questions and being able to identify, one, what the pain points are of our current consumers, and two, how we plan to solve to each of those pain points. And the problem that we have is you can be the absolute best at this. You can be the smartest with the best strategies. You can have the solution for the inventory problem because you have a buyer concierge service, which is going to go create off-market properties. You can have access to creative finance solutions that are going to help solve the pain points with affordability and interest rates. You can have all of that. But what we aren't utilizing enough, and I've heard multiple people already say it, the buyer consultation. You need to create an environment that is appropriate for you to educate somebody, because there's so many agents who are walking through the showing with little Timmy pulling on mom's pant leg and little Sarah's running off trying to jump into the pool and jump on the bed. And they're trying to look at the house and they're trying to visualize their things. And then they've got you yipping in their ear, talking about all these different things, and it's falling completely on deaf ears. And taking the time to truly create a buyer consultation is by far going to be one of the most impactful ways for you, one, to be able to educate, to be able to ask great questions, to be able to identify their pain points, so that you can then explicitly articulate how you are going to be the solution. Because we keep chasing leads. And it's like what we're trying to train our agents on is magnify yourself to your leads so that they chase you. And the only way you can do that is by explicitly explaining to them how you're going to solve to their pain points. And the problem is we can do this, but we do it without creating an environment that's appropriate for this education. So a script that you can use, and you just got to get in the habit of doing it. On the very first appointment, our job, if it's not ending with a contract, it's ending with a second appointment being set on the first appointment. And that first appointment, that second appointment should be a buyer strategy session. And the problem is we always try to sell the feature and we never sell the benefit. So I'm going to go talk to John Glutch. I'm like, John, you know what the next steps would be is for me to go ahead and sit you down for a strategy session so we can teach you how to be a great buyer. And it's like, dude, first and foremost, nobody's going to sign up for that. We have to be what Mark said, a great storyteller, so that we can tie people to why this is going to be such a beneficial solution for them. And it's like when Apple released the iPod, they didn't sell the feature, which is 3 gigabytes of storage. That didn't mean anything to a consumer. What they said in their marketing was 1,000 songs in your pocket. That was the benefit. Imagine 3 gigs of storage. None of us knew what that meant. I hear agents talking about a buyer consultation. That's a feature. We got to start talking about the benefit. I hear people talking about 3-2-1 buy downs for interest rates and affordability. That's a feature, not the benefit. The benefit is, in my market, an average of $1,800 per month in savings. So when we do better and we story tell and we connect people with what we are doing to help other clients just like them using the herd effect, we then say, hey, Bick, has anybody taken the time to sit you down and truly walk you through what it takes to be a successful buyer in this market? That's one way. And the problem is you can ask for a consultation one time and it won't always work, but you need to consistently be asking. You need to consistently be saying, and when you're on that first appointment and you take control of the showing and you stop just showing somebody a property and you say, hey guys, when we're done, meet me back in the kitchen so we can discuss everything you loved and hated about the home.
Yeah, let me...
What up, Aaron? So then, I love that guy has the best radio voice. So then when we're listening to them and we identify their pain points, you then solve to that pain point. And if it's affordability, Vic, what the next steps would be is for us to set aside 15 to 20 minutes for us to sit down and really walk you through X, Y, and Z to show you how we can get you from where you're at today to where you want to be. Would you agree that and this is what we always ask for? Kyle, would you see the benefit in that? Get them to affirm and get them to say yes. Don't do this cheesy, what would work best for you today at 2 or tomorrow at 3? Like, fuck that. That does not work. But if you can really articulate to somebody the story and how they are going to benefit, and Kyle, does that make sense to you? That's how I want you to every single time to get the affirmation, to get the confirmation. John, does that make sense to you? John says, yes, fantastic. When would you have available this week after work for us to get together and do that? And then you sit them down and you educate them, and people believe what they see, not what they hear. So like, I'll show you a quick thing and then I'll shut up. Like when we have buyers right now trying to be over competitive, and buyers who think, can you guys see I have 3 screens. Can you see the screen with all the numbers on it? Okay, cool. So like people believe what they see, not what they hear. You got to stop trying to change people's opinions with your opinion. We see it work every day on CNN and Fox. 2 people, they yell their opinions back and forth at each other, and they do not change their perspective. The only way that you can change somebody's opinion is 1, with tact and with strategy, and 2, with data to support it to help them understand the numbers. So it's like every agent, when you go into a showing here, this is a market for us in Orange County, there is only a 0.9% month supply of inventory. Homes are selling percent of list price received at 100.6% as an average. We can see percent of original list price, average sales price, days on market is coming down, pending. Like you'll have all this data there so that you can articulate to them how you are going to help them be more tactical. And when you prepare somebody and you take the time and you truly do this, you're preparing them. John Glutz used it, and I've stolen it like everything else I have implemented into my business. It's called loading the cannon. And it's like when you can truly load the cannon to educate somebody and give them the strategy that they need to be successful, you will help them win. And it is your job to be able to offer the perspective change. Otherwise, they're going to find out that 6 months from now, they're going to have to pay more and they're going to get a worse deal. Like you have to do this.